I'm going to do a new segment called Book of the Week, or Astrology Book of the Week, but then again, it may not be astrology. In this case, I'm going to recommend that those who don't know too much about astrology should start here. You might be taking a little while to read it because it's quite a thick book. And it's the original Linda Goodman's Love Signs. Now, the interesting thing about this, Linda Goodman, who's not with us anymore, was probably one of the best astrologers at being able to, what I would call, take the sun sign component, i.e., you could nearly look at sun signs like look at nationalities. We turn around and we could say that, I'm an Australian, but someone could be an American, or someone's an Indian, or someone's a Frenchman, or somebody's comes from Germany. And every single person, if I said where they've come from, we'd all have some perception to some degree of what that person's like. Their culture will colour the personality, the type of person they are, their relationships with their families, their relationships and how they treat their partners. Everything would sort of come under that sort of stereotypical sort of fashion. This lady has the knack of being able to explain, if you look at it and say, hey, I'm an Aries and a Capricorn, how are they going to get together? And I'm a Cancer and I'm a Scorpio. How are we going to get together? What are our likelihoods? This book is something that really, I would say, takes that to a level explained by no other astrologer out there even today. I can't think of anybody right now who could put this and compile this in such a way. This book was written, and she says it in the book, from winter of 1970. It was finished in the summer of 1978. So it's taken her 8 years to write. And I would nearly guarantee you, in that 8-year cycle, she would have been rewriting each of these chapters over and over and over again, because her whole perception of astrology and how she experiences things would have changed as well. She talks about dedicating it to her 4 children as well, in part of it. And, having 4 kids, they would have been teaching her lessons in love alone along the way. So as a book, I recommend anybody who wants to start out learning a little bit about the signs, how they all work. But more so, this is a good one because this gets into the nitty-gritty of relationships, and I think a lot of us are all basing stuff on relationships. Anyway, good luck. I would suggest, if this book doesn't make a resurgence, find it somewhere in a second-hand shop, because it's one of those books that I think, from an astrology point of view, especially if you don't want to get into the technical, this will give you everything that you really need to know, and you'll be, pretty much a little, what I call a sun sign master of love at that stage. All the best.